All right, a very good morning, everyone. We have been discussing about grammar topics, and I wanted that today, one more time, I should practice you with you all, children, because grammar is a very basic and a very deep thing. Okay, slowly and steadily, I'll be explaining you the grammar portions because I can see that many of you are facing problems. Okay. So children, I believe that through these videos, you will be able to solve out all your queries. And if children, if there's any problem which you wish personally to ask me, do message me, call me anytime. All right. Let's begin. What a sentence means. When we speak or write, we use words. We generally use these words in group, as for example, little Jack Horner sat in a corner. A group of words which makes complete sense is called a sentence. Okay, what is a sentence? वाक्य. Okay, something which a group of words, बहुत सारे words जिसका proper meaning निकलता हो. Okay, a group of words which makes complete sense is called a sentence. See, whatever we speak daily, these are sentences only. Okay, something which has many words, a sentence, a line you can say, which has many words and which makes a complete sense. Okay, now the kinds of sentences. There are mainly 5 kinds of sentences. Assertive sentence, children, this I am telling you because some of you in the transformation exercise which I gave you, okay, were not able to find out or get to know that what do you mean by assertive sentence. Okay, that is why children I am explaining you each and everything very properly, so it is easy in your minds. Okay, a sentence that states or declares something is called an assertive sentence or a declarative sentence. Okay children, so what is a sentence? Sentence is something that declares something. A sentence that tells us something or declared something, like today is a holiday, something is being declared. Okay, so that is an assertive sentence. That states anything. I'm going to the market. All right, I'm stating something, I'm telling something, I'm declaring something, and this is assertive sentence. Okay, then interrogative sentence, a sentence that asks a question. Where are you going? How have you been? Why did you come? How are you? These are the sentences, the questions which we are asking. We don't know the answer, so we are asking the questions. That is interrogative sentence. Children, how come the word interrogative has come from? Interrogate, as in to ask. Okay. Now, imperative sentence. A sentence that expresses a command, request, suggestion, order, or advice. Keep silence. Get up. Shut up. Sit down. Okay, that is telling us, like, please do so. Excuse me. Okay, children, these are something. This is basically a command, or you can say a request or a suggestion or an advice, anything it can be. Okay, so that is an imperative sentence. Now, exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, now this is the easiest sentence to form, or you can find out a line and a dot. This is the exclamation mark. Wherever this is made, that is an exclamatory sentence, where an exclamation mark is made. Okay, now how it's used? A sentence that expresses some strong feelings or emotions such as joy, sorrow, surprise, or contentment. Okay, alas, wow. Okay, these are expressions. Oh, okay, this is exclamation. Alas, wow, like happiness. Oh, just ekdam se something surprisingly happens na, that comes under the exclamatory sentence. Okay, now optative sentence, a sentence which expresses wish, desire, or pray. May God bless you. Okay? A prayer, a pray, a desire, a wish. Okay? That is optative sentence. Now tenses. Study the following sentences. My father goes for a morning walk daily. Every day that is happening. She is reading a magazine, as in right now she is reading. I saw Kate yesterday. This has already been done. Yesterday has gone. We shall go to the zoo tomorrow. Tomorrow something is going to happen. Future. He will arrive here next Monday. Next Monday as in future. Not happened right now but will happen in future. All these sentences refer to certain actions at certain points of time. Okay? What does that mean, children? This means that through the sentence, you can judge the time. It has been done, it is being done, or it will be done. Okay? This you can come to know with the help of the sentence. So, children, tense is basically accordingly to the time. The point of time describes the tense. Okay? Sentences 1 and 2 refer to actions happening now, as in right now. That is the present. Present is something that is happening right now. Similarly, sentences 3 and 1 expresses actions that happened some times ago. Something that has already been happened. Ago means kuch time pehle or otherwise happened, that is past. Okay? The third one and the first one. I saw Kate yesterday. Of course, yesterday has passed, so it has happened. Now the first one. My father goes for a morning walk daily. Okay, that is happens also and has happened also and will keep on happening. So ing is put up. That is in the past. IE means will be read as that is. Sentences 5 and 6 expresses actions that will take place sometime from now. That is in the future. Now 5th and 6th we all know we shall go tomorrow. Tomorrow of course will happen day after tomorrow, like tomorrow. Abhi hua nahi hai. So that is for future. Next Monday of course it's written next, so continuing. Now tenses types past, present, future, yesterday, now and tomorrow. Children, I am explaining you with the very basic thing. Children, why? Just because your bases are clear. Because I don't know, children, what level of grammar you know. So that is why I am starting with the beginning. I am hitting from the scratch. So that if there's any query, because children, these are very, very basic MCQ questions which kids often do mistakes with. The options are so confusing that you will deduct your 1 mark. So I don't want that. That is why I am explaining you everything with the very basics. Now modals. Children, modals is also a very heavy topic, but if you will learn it accordingly, you will be able to understand. Now verbs. Ordinary verbs and auxiliary verbs. Now they are further divided into primary verb and modal auxiliaries. Okay. Now ordinary verbs, primary verbs includes to be, to have, to do. Now modal auxiliaries shall, should, will, would, may, might, can, could, must, need, dare, ought to, used. Okay? This is, children, basically ordinary, something which is happened or happening or will happen. But this is, children, tukka lagana, ideas lagana. Shall, should, would. Okay? These are auxiliaries. Now try to understand the difference between two categories of auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries. Okay, from tenses and voices, from negative to questions. Verb forms at a glance. Now present, past and future. See, in present it comes S-E-S, like go, goes. I go to the market daily. He goes to school regularly. Okay, happening every time, happening right now, and will happen regularly. Continuous is an has. He has gone to school. Okay. Continuous, he has been going to school since 2 years. Okay. So ing, something that is happening or happens daily. Now with past tense, went, was, were, had gone, had been. Perfect had, and this is had been. Children, in continuous, ing will be definitely put up. Okay, that is of prime importance. Ing will be surely put up. Now future tense, will, shall, will be, will, shall. That was active voice. Now we'll talk about passive voice. Present tense, is, am, are. Is, am, are, being, has, have been. Was, were, had been. Will, shall have written. Will be written, will have been written. Okay. Children, like this, it is very typical to understand, but once you will get the sentences now, then you will be able to understand and all your doubts will be clarified. Now, may stand alone or used with the main verb, changing from according to the number and person. Okay. Now, children, this may word, he may have gone, he might have gone. Okay. Fine. So this is happening with the main verb. Help the main verb to convey the different type of actions. Now model auxiliaries. Don't, have, ing forms negative questions. Don't you have this? Don't, see, don't, not, no when comes in a sentence, it becomes a negative sentence. I don't know. He knows me well. I am not a football player. So this is a negative sentence when no is coming, don't is coming. Never stand alone, always used with the main verb. Expresses a wide variety of meanings. Okay, many meanings it expresses. Their form remains unchanged in spite of number and person of subject. Active and passive voice. Children, this is a very familiar topic. Okay, you people also might have been doing since class 5s. Look at the sentence given below. A letter was written by Aditi. A letter, passive. The passive voice occurs in both spoken and written English, and it is used very frequently in technical writing. Most verbs that take an object can be used in the passive voice. In sentences in the active voice, the primarily focus is on the subject. Okay. A letter was written by Aditi. Aditi wrote a letter. Okay, so the subject changes and what the subject is doing or how it has reached there, that comes in the beginning. Essentials of passive voice. With be, what will we put? Is, am, are, was, were. Be, being, been. I will be late. He's being late. He has been late. Okay. Subject verb agreement. Now what's that? A verb must agree with its subject and in number and person, often by what is called error of proximity. The verb is to agree in number with a noun near it instead of its proper subject. The quality of mangoes is not good. Proximity means defining. Okay, defining the degree is not so good. So it is comparing the quality. Okay, his knowledge is as far beyond the common. Okay, when you do the comparison of any person or any object, then it comes into error of proximity. Two or more singular nouns or pronouns joined by and require a plural verb. Gold and silver are precious metals. See, gold is particularly one thing and silver is one thing. But together we are talking about those things because these two things come under the ornaments heading. Okay, so we have used plural, metals. He and I were playing. Now with I, he and I was playing, it won't happen because two things are there. Two people are there, he and I. Two are there. But if the noun suggests one idea or refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. Bread and butter is his only food. Okay, now bread and butter, children, these are two things. Okay, but it is used together. Now nobody is going to eat butter alone. Alright. So bread and butter will come under one heading of eatables. So that is why plural will not be used here. Why? Because it is used as one thing. The novelist and poet is dead. Why is it written? Because both are same person. He was a novelist also and he was a poet also. Words joined to a singular subject by, with, as well as are parenthetical. The verb should be in singular. The house with its contents was insured. Justice as well as mercy allows it. Two or more singular subjects connected by or nor require a singular verb. No nook or corner was left unexplored. Either the cat or the dog has been there. Now there are options now. Both cannot be there. If both was there, have would have been written. Has is written because out of the two, any one will be there. That is why. But when one of the subjects joined by or nor is plural, the word must be plural. And the plural subject should be placed nearest to the verb. Neither the chairman nor the directors are present. When the subjects joined by or nor are of different persons, the verb agrees to the nearest. Either he or I am mistaken. Okay, so comparison. Out of the two, answer will be any one. So that is why singular is written over here. Plural is not used. Why? Because out of the both, only one is right. One is correct. Neither of the two men was strong. Were nahi hoga because out of it is being comparing. Two nouns qualified by each or every require a singular verb. Every girl was given a packet of sweets. Some nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning take a singular verb. The news is true. The wages of sin is death. Now wages there but result output is death. Okay, one thing. A collective noun takes a singular verb when the collection is thought of as one whole. The committee has issued its report. When a plural denotes some specific quantity or amount considered as a whole, the verb is generally singular. Okay? 10 kilometers is a long walk. Now 10 kilometers, it is kilometers, but is written because this is used for one thing. Okay? One person is doing it. It is a long walk. It has been described under long. That is why. 50 rupees is a large amount. Talking about one amount, one part of money at once. Okay? Non-infinite verb forms. Finite verbs agree to the number and person of subject of a sentence. Children, this will be continuing tomorrow, alright? Do go through the exercises and practice it.